This week has unfortunately gone a little bit wrong. It's not the end of the world, but it has gone a little bit tickety-boo. The intention was by now I would have had the trailer built, but there's been a few things that have gone wrong and that has not happened yet. So I've had to change my tact a little bit this week. So I ordered a bunch of box section to be able to build this fancy trailer, all of the bits and bobs. I bought the wheels as well, which also turned up and were quite surprising. So I was buying some trailer wheels like this. And then somehow I got the measurements wrong. These things turned up. I got 4 of these big boys. They're amazing. And to be honest, they're actually going to be better than what I was planning because EMF Festival. By the way, if you don't know what I'm doing, I'm making a flame-throwing organ on a trailer that I'm towing with a mini tractor ride-on lawnmower thing. But yeah, this is going to be good in case the weather turns a little bit and it gets a bit soggy. These are what we're going to need anyway. So it's not the end of the world. They're not actually that heavy. But if you look over there, there is actually a doodle of the latest plan for the trailer. That's what it's going to look like. I spoke about it over on Patreon and things like that, but we'll save all of that for a surprise for next week, because hopefully the metal will have turned up on time and I can get building this blooming trailer. But in the meantime, I thought it would be prudent to carry on with the actual organ pipes themselves, because they are the most unpredictable thing, the most unknowns that I have. Because if you watched in the last video, we've got tuning issues. All of the flame-throwing organs that I've made up to this point have always had tuning issues because of the temperature fluctuations within the gases inside of the organ pipes. If you saw in the last video, I actually solved this using a water jacket. Thanks for all of the suggestions. There was a lot of interesting ideas and things coming up, but I've settled for the water jacket since there's a reason that engines are full of water instead of ceramic or sand or things like that. So yeah, I do think that this is the most effective way of keeping the blooming thing cool, is basically, as you can see here, making water jackets. This one right here is the smallest organ pipe in the whole of the organ. And this was actually a bit of a fiddle to put together. So let's have a look at how I did that.
I started with some arbitrary dimensions. I'm going with the concept. If it looks right, it probably is right. So we're going to be using this brass, which fits inside this 15mm copper pipe, and work out where the mouth of the pipe is going to be. And then machine a little nodge out of this bit so we can pass some air past it up into the organ pipe to make it do its organ pipey stuff. I am currently working out with the machining, like the milling machine and the lathe in this video, quick ways of making a reliable and repeatable kind of method of making these flame-throwing organ pipes. So this one is actually a little bit big. I made this one too large. I had to make a smaller one later in the video, but it gives you an idea of what I'm doing. So after making that part, which is the kind of like nodule that pushes the air into the pipe, we're going to make the mouth of the pipe. I've got this 6mm end mill, and we're slowly cutting it up to an arbitrary size that I went with the same concept. If it looks right, it probably is right, and we're just going to keep on making it bigger as the pipes get bigger. And yeah, I started with this to see if it worked, and once we push the little bit of brass inside of there, currently, just to hold it in place, to tack it in place, we're using super glue. We're going to put a screw in the back of it when we know exactly where it's going to be. But spoiler, this one doesn't actually work. So I decided to open up the hole for the mouth and slowly but surely make it sound like an organ pipe. And there we go. Lovely jubbly. So this is the test bed, and I've put a pressure gauge on it so we can work with voicing the organ pipes as we build them. I'm aiming for about 2 bar for this to run at, and yeah, I'm measuring this to see where we are in the tuning range. And annoyingly, this one just wasn't quite working right. It kept on bouncing between harmonics. I needed to work on the organ pipe shape a little more. So I decided to make another organ pipe, but with a slightly smaller opening of where the air passes through that bronze. So we're going with a slightly smaller kind of nodule off the top of it. This is a drawing I made just to work out how big we want that kind of like gap to be, and I've worked out to be 10% of the diameter is the golden point. So this is with this pipe right now.
Right here is the highest note that I think the organ's going to have. It is this pipe right here. I've been building it. I've been cutting it down and down and down and seeing where to get to. It's I've been figuring a lot out, especially about the height and the sizes of the actual reed in here. This isn't the final one. I've got to make the hole a little smaller, but this is top C. Also, the other thing is I'm trying to tune it of the range between about 1.5 and 2 bar, and if it's down at 1 bar, it's not quite loud enough, so it needs to be nice and loud and fire a lot of flames. But 1.5 to 2 bars seems to be quite a good thing. So it's getting hot. It's starting to get hotter already. So tomorrow we'll see a water jacket on this and we'll be going from there.
I've got a problem. And no, it's not because that thing's on fire. It's because I can't fit the water jacket onto the smallest pipe, top C, of my flame-throwing organ. So we need to take the plumbing fittings and cut them down. I'm using the milling machine because it was closest. So we're going to be sizing it up and chopping these things to pieces, slowly cutting away bits of copper until they're nice and flush so we can fit them together and make them fit onto this teeny weeny little pipe, as you can see. And this is a water jacket. What that means is when we get on top of it, there's a little gap around the actual pipe that we can put water in there, constantly cooling water to act as a cooling system to kind of, in essence, keep the gases inside of the pipe cool, which then keeps the whole thing in tune. Don't forget to put on the end cap, which is for tuning. You want to have that there so we can fine tune the thing afterwards. And yeah, let's test it and see if it stays at a constant tone. It's very high. Make sure your dogs aren't listening. Yeah, I think we're on to a winner here. That's awesome.
So here it is in all of its glory. I've been taking notes so I can kind of build the next pipes up. I'm going to go and build every C pipe and then go in between them, because at least if I know the C's, I'll be able to kind of fluff between them and all that. The top of it, I haven't actually sorted out because we needed to fine tune it. So when we test it here, it might be a little sharp or flat, but it was around about there. So we'll just pop that on there for now. We've got the water jacket. We've got it sticking out the back because these pipes are actually going to be relatively close to each other. So I figured the easiest way of actually connecting them to the next to each other, because we're going to go in one water jacket, out the other, in one, out the other, in one, out the other. And if we use compression type fittings on this, we'll be able to unbolt the whole organ pipe and remove it. I haven't actually tested this mini water jacket yet. If this works, then we'll know that at least all of the smaller pipes, smaller than the tester one last time, actually work with the water jacket idea. So let's plumb the pump in and the water and see what this sounds like. There might be some flames coming out the bottom. We're also going to use compression fittings to actually fit the organ pipes to the system as well, but I haven't done that yet. So also, it might not be obvious enough, but all of this is going to be copper work as well. So the water goes in one, out the other, one out the other. You can remove this part. But right now, this is the test bed, the test setup. We got some water down there, so let's see if we've got any leaks. We shouldn't have, but let's just plug it in, see what's happening. Right. That's blooming amazing. There is a tiny, tiny drift, but it is so imperceptible. We're talking about 10 cents overall, which is totally acceptable in my opinion for a flame-throwing organ. So yeah, we've got the C note. That is nice and reliably top C. The intentions with the tops is I'm going to put a couple of screws in to hold it in place, just in case we do need to retune it slightly. For whatever reason that we can. I don't want to solder it and commit to that. That's why I've built the water jacket not over the top, so we can actually tune it still. It's very important to be able to have access to the top of the pipe. Trust me, trust me. So as you know, I'm doing it with a tiny bit of science, but a lot of guesswork. So this is the C, the top C that I've made. The mouth hole is 6mm tall by 8mm wide, and then you've got 93mm from there up to there, and then you've got a bit of fine tuning on top, of course. That means we're cutting the core, we're cutting 8 across there, which ends up being actually 1.5mm off the diameter of that bit of bronze, this stuff, you know, the bit that we're putting inside of it. So basically what I've done is I'm sort of just working up the percentages of all of that and increasing it for the next one and seeing whether this is going to sort of work and vaguely just go from there. So with this in mind, since we're trying to go down a whole octave, we may as well double that height. So 93 times 2 is 186mm, but I'm just going to do 190. I might do 100 and I might do 200 just to say stay first and then go down from there. And then I'm going to try a mouth hole of 12 millimeters wide and 9 millimeters tall. Then we cut in 12 that way, which is I think 2 millimeters off the top because the diameter is 20 and it's 10% pretty much. So we're cutting 2 millimeters out of the top of that. So there we go. And then, yeah, we'll have a 70 millimeters from the bottom of the pipe up to here, which doesn't really matter. It's just that one was 50 millimeters. Might as well keep it going. I'm going to build this and see if it's vaguely in the ballpark. It should be a little bit flat. And if it is, then we just cut it to 186. And yeah, then this whole process should work.
With the next octave down, we're using 22mm copper pipe, which is slightly larger, but I don't have any metal that will fit inside of it to make that little kind of like nugget. So we're turning it down on the finger muncher 5000 and then plomping it into the milling machine, the same as before, to create that flat edge on the top. The dimensions that I'm using, I'm kind of going with the rule of like 1 plus 0.5 in the dimensions with these kind of things, and it's working out quite well. So we've got that, and we're going to cut it off and then also cut out a mouthpiece that matches that hole into the 22mm copper pipe. It's slightly wider because the circumference of the pipe is larger, so we're going with a little bit of a kind of like, you know, feely, see how it goes, 1 plus 0.5 kind of ratio on this stuff. I'm cutting this hole undersized so we can voice it by filing it slightly larger if we so need, because we've got to make sure it hits the right harmonic fundamental. We're going to put in the iron nugget into there, and yeah, it should be going. So as you can see, that is an octave down pretty much. It needs a bit of fine tuning. Once the tuning is in the ballpark and also the harmonic voicing is in the ballpark, it's time to plop on the water jacket, which will rush water through it to maintain that pitch.
Okay, so here's the next C. Somehow the jacket got twisted, which is a bit annoying. I might have to build it again, but at the same time, I'll just have to live with this being slightly that way. It's not the end of the world. Bit of an update, I've decided to go down a fundamental. So basically you can reach different notes with these pipes. So I'll see you with this one. You can hear there's two different notes. They're usually in about the fifth ratio. How you can reach the different ones on different pitches is messing about with the hole, the sound hole. I found the best and most reliable way of choosing the different fundamental is pushing up and down the metal floor that we've put in it. Bit higher. Okay, we're hopping down a fundamental to G3. Right, so this actually means that these holes actually work because it always wanted to jump into this fundamental, so I'm gonna just roll with it. Ignore these writings here now because we've changed it. So we've now got this G. We've now got this G, we've got this G. I'm going to try and go up to C with even smaller pipes. I'm going to go with a thinner pipe and try and get to that C, but in this fundamental. I don't think at this pressure rate, and I'm actually, for the propane, going to try and save this whole octave for a whole other project. So we're going to have the bass line, which I've added up the copper price of this whole octave, and it's about nearly £1,800, £1,800 with the water jacket in copper. So in 4 weeks, I'm not going to get it done. So I'm aiming for this now. I'm not going with 49 keys, I'm going with 37 keys. So we've got this note, we know that that's there. So we just need to get down to C2. And what I think I'm going to do is start with the octaves thing. So in order to get to the next octave, it's 800. So I'll go for like 620, the length of the organ pipe. So after all of this, what notes do we actually have in this video? G7, G6. It's drifted already. G5. Not quite. Needs a bit of voicing, that one. I might need to make that one again. I think I've made the mouth a bit, I've beaten the mouth a bit too much. I might need to make this one again. All the way down to C5. Water jacket not on it, of course, so the pitch is drifting. So I haven't quite got as far as I'd hoped. It's not the end of the world. That's always what happens. The planner's got a little bit smaller, as you saw. So I'm not going to, for this project, do the lower octave of this. I'm actually going to save that because I think then there needs to be a lot more gas flow for these. So we need to go for bigger solenoids. It would be good to have its own supply for those octave. For that octave, maybe we'll get 2 lower octaves out of it even. And the idea I'm gonna have is I've got this, instead of it actually being 3 meters long, which is what it was working out to be before, it's gonna be 2 meters long. And then, this is later on in time, we'll have another one here with the bigger pipes on it. That is going to be awesome. So we've got 37 notes in this project, which is more than enough to play music. Like, yeah, that's a lot. It's more than the car horns. And you never know, I might even, depending if we do all right for time, make another trailer at the back for the car horn thing, because the car horn thing's really cool. The price of the copper is not as crazy as it was before, because as the pipes get lower in tone, they logarithmically get bigger in size, and that means logarithmically they end up costing more. That bigger octave, like I said, might cost like £1,800 in copper supplies. So compared to the other octaves, which the smallest octave, it's about £100 to make. The next octave up is about £200 to make. And the one after that is about £400. So it's still about £1,000's worth of copper, but at least it's not £3,000's worth of copper, if you know what I mean, which would have been insane. The biggest pipe we're working with now is about 1 meter tall. So the whole trailer in total is going to be about this tall. It's still going to be about human height. So it's still going to be an impressive lump of fire making goodness. The metal is finally turning up on Monday. So the next project is getting the trailer done, and hopefully that'll be done for the next video. And if you want to see how it's going, I'm going to be putting up nearly daily videos on how it's all going over on Patreon. And if you want to support this and help purchase those pipes, then go and check it out over there. And if not, that's fine. I'll see you next week. But yeah, flamethrower organ right on lawnmower. It's going to be awesome.